Alright, old gatekeeper here. Here I have a noise clipper, supposedly a Procomm noise clicker, model number NR400. Which the funny thing about it is Procomm or NR400 is nowhere on this this device, which is fairly unique. It's almost like they just got it and added NR400 or whatever. I went ahead and took the back off of it because I cannot wait to show you what this device is. I'm basically doing a review and also a demonstration of it. I went and bought this thing quick, and I'm gonna tell you why. I had a customer of mine tell me that he used to use these back in the day, and he said they would take the white noise completely out of your receive. He's right about that. It does take the white noise completely out, but I don't think it takes it out the way that we particularly want it to. And let me demonstrate. It says the best way to use this is turn the squelch off. Okay. RF gain to maximum, and the noise blanker off. So we're going to go ahead and turn on my radio. We're going to turn the noise blanker completely off. Alright. We're going to turn it to minimum. Alright, we still hear a little bit of static in there, but the static is out of there. So that's pretty neat, right? You turn it to max. Look at that right there. The signals took completely out. Listen to this. Turn it on. Signal leaves. Alright, let me catch this again. Alright, we're going to turn it to medium. We're going to turn it to min, okay? Minimum as soon as somebody starts talking. Right now. See, they're gone. You can barely hear them. We're going to turn it off. Minimum right there. You can barely hear them. Alright, we're going to turn it to max. Max. Completely gone. Turn it back off. Turn it back to max. That signal's gone. Max, he's gone. We're going to turn it to minimum when that strong signal gets back in there. That's minimum. See, all that's doing is just turning the signal down. It's not taking the noise out at all. It's literally just turning the signal down, which is which is weird. I guess this is let me tell you what kind of threw me off about this. I wasn't going to do a video on this, to be honest with you. I was just going to kind of count it off as just a device someone made that kind of simulates what it's supposed to do in a sense, you know. Like basically what you just heard just then can be attained by turning your RF gain down. Now this claims too that it amplifies the sound. Okay, let me read this to you. The NR400 clips reduces noise received at the input of the CB radio. This improves the dynamic range of your receiver and increases clarity because signals are amplified. I repeat, signals are amplified while noise is reduced. Signals are amplified. All right, for a signal to be amplified, there has to be some sort of power, correct? This has no power. Ooh, did you see that? Ooh, just give me a second. I'll show it to you. Ooh, uh-oh. I bet somebody's already like, oh, God. You got to have a power source to have an amplifier, okay? There are such things as passive, low, super low noise filters and stuff, but I have yet to see an actual an amplifier without some sort of DC or AC power. All right. The amount of noise reduction from none to maximum can be selected with a three-way switch. And it tells you where to install it. It tells you it can be used on the ham frequencies. Increases the clarity because signals are amplified. Signals are amplified. That's why I want to say that one more time, and I'm about to tell you why. Here's the unit. Wow. Now, like I said, I wasn't going to make a video of this. I honestly was not until I just flat out seen what I saw. All right. If you notice, there are three-legged transistors in this circuit. I just dropped it, which don't matter. I'll probably be taking this out and using this case for something later. All right, let me try to zoom in. Maybe shed some light on the situation too. Those are three. You see it's C9, C9018. Watch this. Look at the center leg. Do you see it? It's cut off. That center leg is not connected to nothing. The center leg on all three of these transistors are not connected to anything. Take a look at that. For a transistor to work, it has to have bias voltage. Or to say that a little bit more proper, it has to have a bias voltage to turn the transistor on. The center leg of these three devices are cut off. All three of them. I don't know if you can see the third one down in there. But, you know, that's not even the deal. I mean, it don't matter if the center leg of these devices were connected to something. A transistor has to have some sort of voltage to turn it on and off. We don't even have a DC voltage present. Now, I could see a circuit in here designed to turn these transistors on with the RF flowing through it. But a passive signal from an antenna could not turn these devices on. No, sir. Your transmit power could turn these devices on. Yeah, but this has nothing to do with transmitting. So, can anybody guess why these devices are in here yet? Bingo! For looks. That's what made me make the video. That's terrible, man. When somebody makes a device and throws parts in there for looks, that almost appears to be, what's the word? When somebody's trying to deceive, that's the word, deceive. That's conscious deception is what I like to call it. That's deceiving while being conscious. There's a difference if you deceive somebody because you don't know any better. But this is a conscious deception. They put the transistors in here because of this. Because signals are amplified. So when somebody did pop the bottom and took a look in here, they would see the transistors if they didn't know what they were, looking at, and they would just automatically think there's some amplification that's happening. So what is this device doing? All right. Off. The switch is faced up. So here's where the RF is going when it's off. All right, this top SO239CB, okay? So your signal comes in, goes to the middle switch, okay? The switch is turned up. So the middle connector is touching the bottom connector, okay? The middle connector is touching the bottom connector. I can easily show that. I'm turning on this continuity over here. Sorry about this. I didn't plan on making this video before I started work tonight. Hold it right here with my chin. That's what you have to do when you ain't got people helping you and you ain't got the proper tools. All right. You hear that continuity? It's turned off. Now we're going to turn it to minimum and then touch the middle and then touch the top. And that's the way it's flowing. I just wanted to show that on camera if it called it. Alright, so when you're at off, here's the way your RF flows through this device. Okay, it comes in this direction and it flows to the middle connector. Okay. Get out of that light a little bit. Flows to the middle connector, and now since this switch is turning in the up position, this connector is touching this connector. So these connectors are one. Okay. So these devices over here, these diodes, they're canceled out. You know, basically both the legs are brought together. So the RF just flows directly through like this. Okay. Just flows through when it's off. All right. Let's turn it on medium. Turn it on medium. So now the middle connector is touching the top connector. So the RF comes in, goes to the top, flows through these two diodes to here, out. All right. Max. Max, the poles on the switch is not touching either pole. So it comes into the middle, flows through this pair of diodes and this pair of diodes and leaves the unit. So what's happening here? Well, maybe some of y'all can tell me. I mean, I can't tell you 100% exactly what it's getting the effect and why these diodes are actually pretty much attenuating the signal, but I'll tell you like this right here. These are signal diodes, okay? These are glass diodes, signal diodes. One is in forward, one is in reverse. So the way I look at it is half of the RF signal goes through one diode, while the negative half goes through the other. Positive half through one, negative through the other. If you just had one here, you'd have a little issue. Your whole signal, I don't believe, would be able to flow through these. So basically, it's just got the RF flowing through these diodes in series and out. And for some reason, because of that, it's attenuating the signal, okay, dramatically. I don't really know why, but this right here is not taking static. It's not taking static out while amplifying your signal. And it's definitely not just taking static out while leaving your signal as it is. It's just literally flowing through diodes. So I mean, this is hardly even what some people would even call a circuit. And then over here, the funny thing about this right here is the actual minimum. They actually got the transistors over here on the minimum. You would think they'd put the transistors at least over here to make it look like it's, you know, working harder or something. So on the minimum, it just flows through a pair and on out. And then they got these transistors right here, one leg on one leg on the other. And I mean, they could have put more circuits in here. These right here are, if you look it up, they're FM, VHF amplifiers. And they got them in here just to look like they're doing something. So I can't tell nobody what to do, but probably won't be a good idea to buy these if you're actually wanting it to do what it's advertised to do. I ain't really never made a video like that before, honest with you, throw something in the dirt like this. But who knows? I mean, maybe I could use this in a mobile aspect. Here's my problem. We were listening to two people just a second ago talking back and forth to each other, okay? One guy had a little bit lower of a signal. He was kind of near the noise floor, while the other guy had a strong signal. On minimum or maximum, it took the other guy completely out, okay? On maximum, it pretty much took the strong signal completely out. I mean, that's like, you're not even going to be able to talk to hardly nobody. And then minimum, it seemed like it attenuated it a little bit, attenuated the signal. Same thing you'd do if you turn your RF gain. But I specifically listened very carefully before I made the video to see if I could hear like it seemed like it was taking away the static at least. And all it was doing was just attenuating. So you have to have more components than this if you're going to have some sort of processing of some sort to try to, So anyway, I thought I would do that. I'm not completely throwing it in the dirt. I'm just showing you the guts, and I'm showing you the deception of these transistors. The middle connector of these transistors are not hooked up to the circuit, all three of them. They cannot be turned on. There's no DC power or even AC to flow through the center of them to turn them on. So there you go. They're just there for looks. That's terrible. If those wasn't there, I would not even have made this video. But whenever I see some deception like that, that's terrible. All right, old gatekeeper said that. Something a little different than what I normally do. So I'm going to probably use this case for something in the future. Maybe a little preamp or something. Who knows? Maybe during some hard times. We'll see, y'all. Old gatekeeper said it. Bye-bye.